I don't know what I did to make everybody hate trees. Everybody hate trees. I don't know what I did to make everybody hate trees. Everybody hate trees. I don't know what I did to make everybody hate trees. Everybody hate trees. I don't know what I did to make everybody hate trees. Those niggas hate trees. I don't know what I did to make everybody hate me. Those niggas hate trees. The slip of my tongue, trigger finger for fun. You know I got this trigger finger, man. They know how we do it on the ear. What's up? What's up? Is it coming to Kegel? He ain't waffles and bagels. What's up, Kegel? They need to worry about themselves.
To tell my grandmother that her youngest child had molested me was probably one of the biggest things I done, you know, for as courage or however. But I told my grandmama that. Of course, my dad was there, and that right there, I know it hurted her. You know what I'm saying? Because she left out the house, she was crying, and to tell you the truth, that's probably the only time that I seen my grandmama cry. And when she left, it was. I had friends in the house when I said it, so they also heard it. I just came out and said, I don't know what made me say it, but I told her. She left out. She was, hurt. Like I said, she was highly upset, hurt. I know that she knew I was telling the truth. It's his grandson. But the very next day, I got a call from my father, which was strange to me what he said, because when he called me, the first thing that I know, I was like, hello? He was like, man, I wish you would have never said anything. Like, what? That didn't even sound right, but that is what he said to me. So I'm like, what you mean, Dad? He like, well, Mom done called your uncle. And he done came way up here, 2-3 hour drive. And I'm like, okay, and then he was like, well, I'm just letting you know that he just left and he's on the way down your house. But he was like, well, he on the way down your house right now. So I was like, whatever, Then we hung up the phone, you know what I'm saying? So I just at the house doing what I was doing. Me and my partners, and we were smoking, probably about 5 of us at the house, And it probably took about 30 to 45 minutes, and my uncle showed up. What's crazy about it is he showed up, he blew the horn, you know what I'm saying? He didn't come in, he blew the horn. I looked out the window, I seen his car outside here, brand new car. Remember this like it was yesterday. So I went and sat in the car with him, the passenger side seat. I see the gun sitting right there between us, little baby 9. And he said, man, what you telling Mom? What you just told Mom? So I said, man, I told her what you did to me. He was like, man, what you tell me what I do to you, man? I said, hey, man, you made me do oral on you, bro. Then you penetrated me, man. I was 8 years old, bro. He was like, what? I was like, man, you heard me, man. And then you got to keep in mind, like, I'm that same person that on my mama's side, the grandchild that I am, not the firstborn on that side, but I am the him on both sides of my family. You know what I'm saying? So my uncle know, my street cred. He know what I do. He don't got no record compatible to mine for the streets. So when I say that, like, man, you know what you did to me, man? You did this and you did that, man. He was like, what? I don't remember that, man. I said, hey, man, stop playing with me, man. I said, stop playing with me, man, because when it happened to a person, they don't never forget. And a person that do it to them, they don't never forget either. So, man, stop playing with me right now. Excuse me. He was like, man, I just don't remember, man. I don't remember. Now, you might have guilt block. You might have guilt block or something, or however. But you ain't finna sit here and say it didn't happen. And the long he said it didn't happen, then everything was kosher. I can't say that it's impossible for him to forget or not to remember. You know what I'm saying? But I do know it's gonna take a lot for you to forget something like that. Me personally, I would never forget. You know what I'm saying? What happened to me? So I'm like, okay, man, what? It's whatever. It's whatever. No, what's up? I'm looking up to like this. What's up? And he was like, man, I'm trying to get like a little ounce of weed, man. Take back out of town with me, go home with me. I have something to smoke later on, like that right there last me. So I'm like, bet, man, I give you one, man. Come on, let's get in the house. I start reaching for the door. Come on, let's go in the house, man. And he was like, man, I ain't even going in now, man, because mom said you said that stuff around your partners and stuff, man, and they all heard, man. I'm finna come in now. So I looked at him, man. I said, hey, man, you were 15 when it happened. You know what I'm saying? Have you done it again to somebody? He was like, no. I don't even remember doing it to you. So I'm like, hey, man, come on. We won't leave it right there, man. Come on, let's go in the house. Let's get the weed. Damn them. I ain't stunned my partner them. They ain't finna say nothing to you. You steal my uncle. You know what I'm saying? So we got in the car. Walked in the house. Everybody in there, what's up? Same thing. Ain't that changed? Going out, serve the weed, but we ain't on smoking a blunt with my uncle, served him the weed, gave him an ounce, and he left. Went back home like a 2-hour drive. I don't know how far he stayed in Butler, Georgia. And he went on back home, man. And what's crazy is 30 days after I 30 days after I released what he done to me, he was killed. Straight up, man. He was killed, man. And it was all on the news. He was working for the Department of Transportation. Now y'all know how like Georgia Power be having them big white trucks on the side of the street working on a telephone pole or whatever, the electricity pole or whatever. And then you have the people that's out there with the signs that say stop and go, slow and stop, slow and stop. And my uncle was up on a pole fixing some electrical wires. And you had one guy that stopped the traffic down there. They had walkie-talkies. Have somebody on that end. I'm letting the cars through. Okay, you clear. I'm letting my cars through, back and forth like that. And the guy that was by the truck had all the cars stopped. It was like 7 cars. And my uncle come down off the pole. When he touched the ground, he's on in the grass by the pole, and he's on the right side of the power truck, which is the passenger side. So now he's commencing to walk to the driver's side door. So he walks toward the truck, in front of the truck, and then as he coming around the truck, a 97-year-old man is in that line that's being held up by the guy with the stop sign. He probably the 7th car that's in line, and that 97-year-old man decides he's not going to wait. So he smashes the gas, go around the other remaining 6 cars, and as my uncle is walking across the street, he hit him, took him down into an pavement, a ditch, and pinned his body to a tree and killed him. That's what happened to my uncle. And it oddly happened 30 days after I released that he had molested me. Man, at one point in my life, man, I had got so sad, y'all, because I was thinking things like, maybe if I didn't tell and kept it in, he would still be alive. And when I say that, I don't say that in a way. Well, let me just explain what I mean. I say that because I think out the box and deeper than most. And what I mean by that is, I thought that for a long time that my uncle who held that in himself, he knew what happened. And I thought that once I confronted him and he knew that he was still my uncle and I loved him still, no different, no different. I felt that he had released it. Meaning like, you talk to Jehovah, you talk to God and you say thank you and please forgive me. And so, like that. And I think he cleaned his soul. When you go to sleep at night or when you say you ask for forgiveness and like that, and you cleanse yourself. I think that he cleansed himself and that was the cleanest he was going to be in life. And while he was that clean, Jehovah God took him on home. I thought of that way for a long time. That's why I say if I didn't say anything, then, he would have never cleaned himself or asked God for forgiveness for it because I forgave him and then still be living. But, just thinking, man, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's what happened to me, man. I was 8 years old, man. And like I said, I can't say that it affected me because, once I got to be like 12, it happened again somewhere else in my life. You know what I'm saying? Not as horrific, but another sexual type abuse. You know what I'm saying? And I just can't say it affected me. And if it did affect me, I don't know how it did. Because when I was out there stealing cars, I wasn't stealing cars because that happened to me. When I was out there selling drugs, I wasn't selling drugs because that happened to me. When I was out there robbing and the shootings and stuff, I didn't do none of those things because that happened to me. You know what I'm saying? But thank y'all for tuning in, man, to another great episode right here with your host, Black Boy, 3700, OG, College Park, stand up.
I don't know what I did to make everybody hate Trees. Everybody hate Trees. I don't know what I did to make everybody hate Trees. Everybody hate Trees. I don't know what I did to make everybody hate Trees. Everybody hate Trees. I don't know what I did to make everybody hate Trees. Those niggas hate Trees. I don't know what I did to make everybody hate me. Those niggas hate Trees. The slip of my tongue, trigger finger for fun. I got this trigger finger, man. They know how we do it on the hill. What's up? What's up? Is it come as Kato? Eating waffles and bagels. What's up, Kato? Don't even worry about that.